All aboard, let's take the A train. Quickest way to get to Sugar Hill in Harlem. If you miss the A train, you miss the quickest way to get to Sugar Hill in Harlem. Harry, 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 don't you miss it. Get that train a coming. Those wheels, dum, 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 dum. We keep the water, bum, 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 bum.
guest educator series of the Richmond Jazz Society. I want you to help me thank the staff and management here at the Canal Club for allowing us to do this. I want to also thank you for your patience. We waited just a little bit later to start because there were key musicians that we wanted to arrive before we got on with the program. Now, a couple of things I want to take care of business-wise, and then we're on with the program. If you need to renew, I'm over here too. If you need to renew your membership, or if you'd like to join the Jazz Society, you can take care of that over at our sales table. We've got some items over there for sale, and I would invite you to join us. Go over there and check it out, see what's there. You might find something of interest that you just can't leave here without. I want to thank our Bank of America volunteers for assisting us tonight. We've got, where are they? Raise your hands if you work for Bank of America. We appreciate all of your wonderful help, yes. All right, moving right along. A couple things that you may want to know that you may not already know. Our guest educator series, this is our 27th year of doing our monthly guest educator series on the second Tuesday of every month. It's made possible in part by the Arts and Cultural Funding Consortium, the Virginia Commission for the Arts, and the National Endowment for the Arts. Now, why are we here tonight? Tonight, we are proud to present our musical tribute to Virginia Jen Robertson. Yeah. That's right. Jen served on the board of the Richmond Jazz Society from June of 1990 until May of 2006. During her tenure, she chaired the membership committee, the fundraising committee, the public relations committee, as well as our education committees. She didn't do them all at the same time, however. She made a lasting impression on all of our board members throughout her 16 years of service. And tonight, the fact that so many musicians are on hand to honor Jen is a testament to her devotion to jazz music and the musicians who perform. Now, I want to introduce to you, we have a special MC tonight, and that is our own, one of our founding members of the Jazz Society, Mr. J. Plunky Branch. Yeah. Now, yes, absolutely. Now, just to bring you up to date on Plunky, Plunky is receiving great airplay right now for his latest hit called Drop. He's getting airplay up and down the East Coast on that, as well as other places. He has a DVD, Live in Paris. He's getting airplay with that on BETJ, and he is constantly performing around the world. And we are just fortunate that he was in Richmond tonight to be a part of this musical tribute. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to put your hands together and welcome J. Plunky Branch.
Thank you very much for that warm round of applause, and thank you, Robert, for the introduction. It gives me great pleasure to be here. I'm always happiest when I'm in Richmond, and I mean that sincerely. And I'm happiest when I'm in Richmond, when I'm in front of the Richmond Jazz Society. So I want to, first of all, pay homage and give my honor and appreciation to the work of Jen. And I see her chair here, and I think that honors her. We know that she's here in spirit and with us. I'm going to begin by letting you know, or reiterating something that Robert said. It's no mistake that there are so many musicians, and I mean world-class musicians here tonight. And so we're here to pay homage and pay tribute to Jen, and I'm going to do my job so that I can get out of the way so you can hear some of this great music. We're here to celebrate the life of Virginia Jen Robertson. So join us as we celebrate the loving and generous life of this jazz impresario and former board member. Jen firmly believed in Duke Ellington's assertion that there are two kinds of music, good and the other kind. Towards that end, she enjoyed diverse cultural events throughout the Richmond metropolitan area, Virginia, and the region, from jazz to European classical, from African dance to ballet. She generously gave her time and support to Richmond Jazz Society, Virginia Commonwealth University, the University of Richmond, the Virginia Museum, the Firehouse Theater, the Elegbar Folklore Society, Lewis Ginter Botanical Gardens, and countless others. She extended her generosity to area scholarship funds, health organizations, and directly to individuals, artists, and musicians who needed a helping hand. From the former Rick's Cafe on Meadow Street to Maryland's East Coast Jazz Festival, Jen and her beloved John drank heartily from the cup of life with music in the background. She lived and loved to the fullest extent and championed the rights of everyone, civil and otherwise. And so with this spirit, we celebrate the life of Jen Robertson with love and jazz. Before we go any further, I want to give a special thanks to the Debo Dabney trio who opened this show. Give them a round of applause. And they're going to be participating throughout the evening as different musicians come and go. Debo was certainly one of Jen's favorite musicians, and we know he loved her madly. Now, you don't have a printed program, and I do. So I'm going to tell you that we're going to divide this tribute into 5 or 6 parts. They all pay tribute to Jen at special places in her life. And then this first place, I'm going to get the musicians to come on up, Weldon and others, but this first place we're going to tie her to is the Richmond Jazz Society boardroom. Not all of you participate on boards of directors, but boards of directors are very special places. They're kind of educational institutions of themselves. They're places where people get together and plan what's going to go on in our fair city. They're the places where people come together and share not only their inners, but their outers, meaning they give of themselves both emotionally and mentally and also financially. Now, Jen, you've already heard, was on the board of directors from June 1990 to May 2006. She was a dedicated board member. She was the chairperson of the 2001 RJS Richmond Jazz Gala, which proved to be one of the most memorable events in Richmond jazz history. Now, this first group is going to be, I'm going to call it the Dr. Weldon Hill, James Gates Quartet. I'm making it up as I go, but that's who I see, and I know. And I've already warned you that these are all world-class musicians up here. And as soon as they get ready, they're going to treat you to some up-tempo or something moving and lively in honor of Jen. And I'm now in the mode of stalling while we plug in and get things going. On drums, we have Mr. Kevin Gaines. A round of applause for Kevin. On bass, the ubiquitous Stan Scott. One of my favorite students ever on saxophone is Mr. James Gates, and he's my favorite student because he teaches me so much. And then, right here to my right, one of my favorite pianists on the whole planet. This is Dr. Weldon Hill. Give them a round of applause. moving in this direction. We'll keep things moving. That was an example of the Richmond Jazz Society boardroom and some of the other boardrooms that Jen had the privilege and honor of serving on and influencing in her time here. And while we tear down the stage and make ready for another place, we'll get musicians to come up and get set for the second place on our scheduled 6 stops. All right. Now, stop number 2 on our Richmond Jazz train honoring Jen is the Upper East Side Jazz Lounge, formerly on Brook Road. It served as a favorite watering hole for Jen, John, and all of us who needed to recharge our jazz batteries on a regular basis. Please welcome the Upper East Side Jazz Reunion Band featuring Samson, Trinh, former owner, booking manager, waiter, and band leader, along with vocalist Karen English, a regular performer at the club. And this is the Debo Dabney Jazz Trio featuring Stan Scott, Debo Dabney, Samson, Trinh. All right. Another round of applause for Samson, Trinh, and Debo Dabney Trio. And at this time, we're going to bring up a regular performer at the Upper East Side Jazz Lounge, Miss Karen English. A round of applause for Karen. round of applause for Karen and Samson, and again, the Debo Dabney Trio. We're going to move right on, and while we make this introduction, I'm going to ask that Bob Hallahan and his students come up, because what we've turned this into is a fast train ride around the Richmond area, the places that Jen habited and supported, and the musicians that she worked with and helped keep going. And so this third stop on our trip is to Virginia Commonwealth University. Virginia Commonwealth, VCU received much love and support from Jen. Her generosity helped sustain the VCU Jazz Department with monetary support for its jazz faculty and students. As they come, please welcome Mr. Bob Hallahan, instructor, and scholarship recipients Donald Crawford and John Lilly, And it looks like they'll be joined by Stan Scott and Dave Hoggar's going to play. And I think we're going to have a great time. VCU, I'm going to call it VCU Jazz Honor Student Society, led by Bob Hallahan.
Thank you, Plunky. Well, I'm fortunate to have been blessed with working with and interacting with Jin in a number of different ways in the Richmond jazz community. Right now we're going to focus on VCU, but before we do that I just wanted to say how great it was when I was working at Benjamin's as the musical director to always see her out there with John, and before that with her mother. Some of the most ardent jazz fans I've ever met anywhere, to say nothing of Richmond. So, but I did want to say that Jim was very, very involved in the VCU Jazz program, very supportive of it back in the day when there was not a lot of support financially outside of just what the university provided. And she has established a scholarship fund that was there long before any of the other money that we're fortunate enough to have now that we're able to give out to the students. And so that's been continuing for quite a few years now, and our most recent recipients are with us tonight of that scholarship money, and I'm going to introduce them to you musically one at a time because one of them is a pianist, and although I suppose we could divide up the piano, who knows, if we get wild and crazy we might do that anyway. But I'm going to start out playing first, and on saxophone, Mr. John Lilly is going to join us, along with Stan and Dave Hoggard. applause for you, John. We'd like to bring Donald Crawford up here now to play a tune with these guys.
Donald Crawford and John Lilly, let them hear it, along with Dave Hoggard, Stan Scott. We're going to keep our jazz train moving. Can Emilio's people start making their way to the van for Stan? I've called this a boat ride and a bus ride and a trolley ride. This is obviously should be an A-train ride around Richmond. And while we make our way from VCU over to Meadow and Broad Street, we'd like to get some of the Emilio's people coming up. Stage. We're going to travel from VCU over to Emilio's restaurant. For many years was known as Rick's Cafe, and maybe a few other names, but it proved to be one of Jen's favorite late night spots. For over 20 years, she and John had made it the place to go for good food, good friends, and most of all, jazz. Please welcome Richmond jazz legends Dr. Ralph Branch with members of the Keynotes and longtime friend Gloria Glasgow on vocals. Let them have a round of applause. Dr. Branch, the stage is yours.
This was Jen was one of our strongest supporters. She was with us for 23 years, and for the first, I would say the first 12 years, Jen was down there every Friday and Saturday night, Saturday night to support us. And one of her favorite songs was Things Ain't Like They Used to Be, B-flat blues. And then we're gonna bring Gloria Vasco up, and she always wanted to hear Take the A Train upstairs. Right now, we're going to bring up another person that that Jim was so fond of and loved so much. The legendary, the great, Miss Gloria Glasgow. Yeah.
Good evening and Happy New Year to everybody. Looking for a train. All aboard, let's take the A train. Quickest way to get to Sugar Hill and Hallahan. If you miss the A train, you miss the quickest way to get to Sugar Hill and Hallahan. Harry, 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 don't you miss it. Get that train a coming. Those wheels, dum, 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 dum. Beep, beep, doop, doop, bum, 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 bum. Doop, doop, doop. Come on, let's ride the A train. I got it on. Shoot, beep, doop, bum, doop, 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 doop. Shoot, doop, 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 doop. Shoot, doop, doop, wee, doop, 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 doop. Shoot, bop, shoot, bop, shoot, babe, shoot, doop, 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 doop. Below, doop, doop, doop. Shoot, doop, 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 doop. Shoot, doop, doop, bop, bop, beep, doop, 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 doop. Bop, beep, doop, beep, doop, beep, doop, boy, doop. Shoot, doop, doop, shoot, doop, doop, boy, doop. Lord, deep, doop, take it round. Dr. Ralph Branch on baritone. space here for a few minutes. You're gonna miss the quickest way to get to Sugar Hill and home. Hurry, 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 don't you miss it. Hear those trains coming, hear those wheels thump, 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 thump. Oh, but oh, don't, let's ride the A train. Quickest way to get to Sugar Hill and Harlem. On a board, let's take the A train. On a board, let's take the A train. Looking for a train. A train. Shoo-doo-doo, ba-ba-doo-ba-doo-bay. On a board. Thank you so very much. This is a group from Rick Emilio. Thank you.
Gloria Glasgow on vocals. Give her a round of applause, please. Dr. Ralph Branch. Sauls on bass. Debo on the drums. Rolando on the trumpet. And we're going to keep this moving. Jim Branch, would you make your way to the bandstand? Debo, you're here already. Heavy is in place. Stand. We're going to keep this A train moving because Jen truly loved going to jazz festivals. So we've been spending our time in Richmond haunts, but she went to all kinds of jazz festivals, from the Big Gig to Charlottesville to the East Coast Jazz Festival. She reveled in hearing great American music, but the Second Street Festival was one of her favorites. Here to give us a bluesy medley for Jen is Richmond soul man, Mr. Jim Branch. Jim, you ready?
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's indeed an honor to be here to commemorate this thing for Jen. She was very special to all of us, especially to me. I remember the good old days back at Benjamin's, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you leave me now, you know you'll hurt me.
go. Hold it right there. Mama, please don't go. If you leave me now, you know you'll hurt me so. I love you, baby. You're sweeter than a lollipop. I love you, baby, 'cause you're sweeter than a lollipop. I said, oh, don't you be bother. Wait a minute, baby. Hold it right there. Wait a minute, baby. Hold it right there. I said, oh, don't you go nowhere. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, we were asked to do a blues medley. So I'm gonna bear out with this one. I like to call it a situation comedy, but it's really not funny. Incidentally, this happened to a friend of mine. Somebody told me about it. Here I am in your apartment. You told me you had no man. Girl, here I am in your apartment. You told me that you had no man, didn't you? Well, I want to know is who is that out there trying to kick your front door in? Now you tell me, girl, but I'm afraid it's a little too late. You want to tell me, girl, but I'm afraid it's a little too late. You say he's your ex-old man and he's crazy, and he packs a 38. You said there's only one way out, and that is through the front door. Oh, you said there's only one way out, baby. It's gotta be through the front door. But there's a man out there and he's acting crazy, and I'm stranded here on the 18th floor. If I jump out the window, I'm sure to break my legs. If I go through that front door, he's gonna pistol whip my head. Lord, this show ain't where. This ain't where I wanna be. Girl, please tell me that fool out there. Please tell me he ain't got no key. No! I should have listened to my friends. They tried to tell me not to go. Oh, I should have listened to my homeboys. They tried to tell me not to go. You see, the same thing happened to a friend of mine. Now that poor boy, he ain't walking no more. Somebody call the police. Call them and tell them I need them the most. Somebody please call the police. Call them and tell them I need them the most. Cause there's a fool out there and he's acting crazy. And I believe he wants to make me a ghost. Being in strange ladies' homes, that's just not one of my habits. If I can get through that front door, you'll see a natural man run like a rabbit. Yeah, I am way across now. I'm jacked up with my pants down. This ain't the way. Somebody get me to that front door, please. Now. Thank you very much.
Mr. Jim Branch. Boy, I like that name. Jim Branch on the vocals. Heavy Lester Jr. on the drums. Stan Scott, Debo, Dabney. We're going to bring a very special jammer up to help close this out. And that is Ms. B.J. Brown. Ms. B.J. Brown, you ready to come do your thing? Go blow for you.
Thank you. Right moment. One more round of applause for our wonderful musicians. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight to celebrate a fabulous, fabulous lady who we all love madly, Virginia Lynn Robertson. She is here tonight. Her Sierra is here.